As the number of new coronavirus cases grows day by day, one of those people who beat the virus is speaking out and hoping everyone takes it seriously. In this story you'll only see on KX News, reporter Robert Suhr sat down with North Dakota's first hospitalized coronavirus patient and has his story.
Nathan Scott is a rocker, performing with the band One and Done around the Bismarck-Mandan area. But his battle with the coronavirus was anything but a one and done situation. The 49-year-old Bismarck husband and father of three says his symptoms began on, of all days, Friday, March 13th.
Initially, it was just felt like any other cold. Body aches, kind of cold sweats. I never took a temperature for fever, but I was cold and sweaty at the same time. And then within 2 days, pretty much 2-3 days, I started coughing, and that just gradually got worse. And on the fourth day is when my wife pretty much told me I need to go in and get checked.
Doctors noticed his oxygen levels were very low, and he was rushed to the hospital where his chest was x-rayed.
One doctor had said it looked like a light bulb had been put inside my lung and pretty much stomped on. It was pretty. He kind of drew a diagram of what it normally should look like, and it was just how extensive it was, how quick it had gone.
In all, Nathan would spend 8 agonizing days in the intensive care unit here at St. Alexius. He tells me the coronavirus threw everything in the book at him, and those early days were the worst, with him coughing for up to 6 hours straight.
The second and third day is where I kind of realized how serious it was, because they had me on oxygen, and they were really, I don't know much about how much they normally pump in terms of oxygen, but they at one point had me up to like 8 milliliters of oxygen. The tank that they sent me home with is set at 1.5.
He says his fever would top out around 101, and he had tremendous pain in unusual portions of his body, such as his thighs and legs. He says early on he wasn't sure he'd be able to beat it.
It crossed my mind, but then once it kind of took that turn where they said things were getting better, I wasn't concerned about it turning back the other way.
He would get dangerously close to needing a ventilator, but thankfully avoided it. But the virus did take its toll. In the days he was hospitalized, Nate would shed over 15 pounds, mostly from sweating and coughing so much. He says one of his other fears was that he spread the virus to his family, which so far they are symptom-free. He continues to keep his distance from his family and mostly stays in the basement, for not only their protection, but for his as well.
I'm still kind of recovering. It may take another month for my lungs to get back to where they are, so to get it in between now and then I think would be worse than the first time, because you're already kind of starting off in a worse place.
He adds people need to take this seriously and continue to social distance, not just for your safety, but for the more vulnerable among us. Reporting in Bismarck for KX News, I'm Robert Suhr.
Nathan says he's scheduled to see his doctor next week for a checkup and would donate his plasma if it could save others' lives. For the latest information on the coronavirus, including a recap of the governor's daily briefings, resources, and case numbers, as well as prevention, you can visit kxnet.com.